right, we are live. Welcome to the Deep End. I'm Reagan Hinsey with Audrey Coffey and special guest Zach Peters. For any of those listening, you can call or text in to the Honda of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685. And we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Did I do it?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Perfect.
Reagan's been practicing all weekend.
And I've watched almost every single episode, and that was actually better than the other host. So
Do you want to
Well,
die?
the other host does it every other time. So,
Yeah.
because I'm always scared that I'm going to butcher it.
Oh, it's you.
Watch what you say about the other host.
Okay.
Welcome back, our residential commenter, Zach Peters.
Oh, there you go. In the flesh, you know. Thank you.
Round of applause.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Trying.
Yeah.
He decided to come visit me, so
Yeah,
figured
I
we'd
was-
feature him.
NCAA championships for the men's gymnastics was in Norman, Oklahoma. So it's only 6 hours away versus a 7-hour drive from where I live. So I was like, oh, it's worth the drive. So,
Yay.
oh, yeah.
It was only worth it, though, because there was a men's gymnastics meet. Not because she's your fiance or anything.
No, I didn't really factor into it.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah,
kind
of
of like an
course.
afterthought. I got
Yeah.
there and I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty close to Lincoln. So I might as well just make the drive.
I'm used to
Nice.
it.
Versus an
Yes,
8-hour
sir.
drive back home from Norman. So I'm like, I saved 2 hours technically for now. So
But then you're staying, so, like, you're not really.
right, because then eventually I have to drive 7 hours back home.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm doing to be here.
I did also whine a lot and complain that I
Oh, I
missed him.
don't doubt that
So,
at all.
Yeah, a lot.
And we have the ninth lead coming up.
Are you staying for that?
Oh, I'm part of it.
He got
So-
invited.
What?
I mean, because I was on roster for
Until
this entire
December,
year, right?
yeah.
But officially, like my grades and all that counted. And Tom Osborne was through December, and I hit all of Tom Osborne by December, and I did.
Wow.
And it's like with the academic year, it starts from spring of last year, fall of that, so it combines.
Zach, what is Night at the Lead for people who do not know?
Oh yeah, no, great question.
I realize
So-
most people don't know that.
Basically, I don't know how many other universities do this, but really, it just it's a big showing. It's been virtual for the past few years, so I'm actually really excited to go back in person. It's been 3 years.
I
It was
haven't
my
been to one.
It was my freshman year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy. But basically, it's this big event that we host at the Lead Center, which is a big performing arts center here, and it's just to like give recognition to athletes here. So they'll do stuff for like outreach opportunities, like if you volunteer in the community service, it'll give people academic medallions if you have between a 3.0 and 4.0. There's
I
like
think there's like
Mhm.
bronze,
silver,
and
gold.
gold.
Yep.
And is it like 3.0 to 3.4, 3.4 to
Yeah,
3.7,
right.
3.7
So if you have
up or
it
something?
between a
Yeah.
3.0 and a 4.0 for that GPA year, or for that calendar year, or for your cumulative GPA, you get that. And then they have like the bigger awards. So you have like newcomer of the year. So anyone who's transferred to their first year at Nebraska or their freshman year. And then you have,
Student
student athlete of the year. It's a big one, which
I was nominated for the first round
Yeah.
of that.
What?
But have not heard back about.
Again, I feel
anything.
so out of the loop.
Well,
I haven't told a lot of people.
well, she's
that
waiting to
one.
see if she's a finalist.
Oh,
yeah,
That's
okay.
what I mean. Like, it's still cool. She still gets like the folder and everything. But yeah,
the folder.
you get like this portfolio. I remember when I showed you mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Oh, I
it-
didn't know I get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know I made it into like the top 16 of
Yep.
applicants for female student athletes filled out like a coach's form, an
Yeah.
essay, a faculty recommendation, and then yeah, we'll see. I feel
That's
like I'm
super
not.
cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thanks. I was surprised, and then I was like, wow, I got to hunt down a lot of people, and that's a lot of
Oh
work.
yeah, it takes some time.
It was, yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I'm in the top 4, which is the finalists. They get like a
Yes.
cool video, they get announced. I don't know if I'm one of those because they haven't
Oh my
told
gosh.
me yet.
It's
but
tough. It's tough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Last year last year, Abby Napton, who was a diver, got student athlete of the year. And the
And
other one.
Best athlete of the year.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But they definitely showed a video of me doing a dive and not Abby.
I remember.
and
Actually, I
yes.
remember
the
that too.
entire, like, we have a group chat with the divers called
Yep.
Dive or Die, and it was blowing up. They were like, wow, Reagan, congrats on getting student
Oh
athlete
my
of the year.
gosh.
And I was like, thank you, I tried.
You tried so hard.
Reagan's famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we just thought it was really funny.
yeah.
Yeah. So so they have that, and then they have like team GPA award. So whoever has the highest team GPA for each gender, they
That's
get
the Herman, right?
Award. Yep. So and
Herman.
there might be a few other things here and there, but overall, just a way to honor the athletes, and they bring in some cool musicians, some other guest speakers.
There's a
It-
red carpet.
Oh yeah, I mean
There is.
it's a big deal. It's a lot of fun, and it's just a good way to kind of celebrate all the student athletes at Nebraska.
Props to you for getting your Tom Osborne events in before December, because I literally got my 6th event on the last day it was due.
You still did it.
I did
That's
it.
better than like 300 people who didn't get it this year.
Yeah, but I was just like, oh my gosh, it's already March 15th and I need 3 events
to get it done. Yeah, no.
Did you do the involved thing?
I did.
Nice. I hosted
I saw
that.
you.
I don't remember who's there. I have memory loss.
It's too much for you, right?
Yeah, it is a lot. It's hard to remember. But yeah, no, we had a meeting where it was called the Be Better campaign, and basically you were around when it started, but it was, I think, to have the athletic department kind of become closer, like across sports, and just get to know each other better. And yeah, we just had a meeting, kind of played games, ate ice cream, and it was really fun. And it counted as a Tom Osborne event, which is like, I don't know if we explained this, but like community service events that we can do.
Yeah, acts of service
throughout the year.
I mean,
yeah,
the Be Better campaign, it kind of started because there's not really a lot of organized events where teams get to come together and learn about each other. Like we have like the annual summit with like the diversity summit, but that's everybody on a large scale. And most of it is you're hearing someone talk to you, which is good because you learn a lot of good information. This year was a little bit weird, but most years it's worked out okay. So,
oh my gosh,
Zoom crash.
Yeah. So the diversity summit was online, and there were some speakers, and then they were supposed to put us in groups to like discuss for 20 minutes, and there were so many people on the Zoom because the entire athletic department was on there, and it just nobody went in.
So it was not Nebraska's fault.
Let's
just make that very clear.
It was Zoom's fault.
Yes. So, and I mean, it's okay. There was literally 600 people on there, so there's a lot going on. So yes, so very excited for that. And
I just know in like previous events, since COVID, like they've all been online. So like, yeah, you can talk to people in a breakout room, but like it's not the same as like going to an event and like really connecting with each other.
Yeah, in-person events are much more fun.
Yeah. I think it was sad when COVID hit. I know there was a whole kind of a shift in the athletic department because normally, I've said this before, I feel like teams are very close with one another. You know, we see each other in the stadium, we see each other at training table, but then you didn't get that anymore. No. Like we still got training table for the last half of last year, but it was you go in and pick something up and you leave. So, and you couldn't hang out with other teams. So it's very separated. All these events were online, so you couldn't really like hang out and talk to people. So it's been refreshing to have these events back.
Last year, the team, like that just made the team values just that much more important. Like,
because it was team specific, you're saying.
Yeah, and you were with your team all the time. Like you literally didn't see anybody else. Like I live with my teammates. Audrey lives with her teammates. Like you literally are at home on Zoom in class, and then you go to practice with the same people, and then you go to training table with the same people.
Go right back
and you
to
come home.
Yeah.
So it's literally you see them 24/7, and like I don't know about y'all, but I need my alone time. So just being with them, like. Just like the team values that we decided at the beginning of the year and the team goals, like that just put that much more into effect.
Yeah. I totally agree. I feel like last year, not that the team isn't close, but last year was the closest I felt with the team just because we were all stuck in it together, you know?
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
Personally, I think this year is a lot closer than last year, but I also think that the divers were separated from the swimmers a lot last year too.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I didn't notice that as much, but I'm on the other side.
We had to go in at different times, and like we barely saw each other, and y'all got done with practice before we even got there. Like we never practiced at the the swimmers had their own practice times, and the divers had their own practice times.
Right.
And like my freshman year, like y'all would practice like 2:30 to 4:30, and we'd be 2 to 5. So like we'd still like mix.
Yeah.
So
I feel like maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like my group ran into you a little bit because we had 2 different practice groups in the afternoon.
Maybe a little bit, but like we still couldn't go in our locker room.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh, winters.
That was a whole thing.
Last winter was terrible because you'd walk out in your swimsuit.
Yep, because they don't let you guys change.
Yeah,
until you're wet and like you look like a teenage boy because you put a beanie over your head so your hair doesn't freeze.
Right.
And then you walk in the training table and your butt's wet because you're in a swimsuit.
Right. And you just have to put sweatpants on to get into a building. So
yeah,
that was terrible. We didn't get showers for the whole year because of COVID, because you can't wear a mask in a shower. And our team was trying to reduce transmission, which we did a very good job.
You guys
unlike some teams.
Yeah.
I feel like every team had a scare though.
Yeah. Not as bad as ours.
It's okay.
Yeah. But oh well.
But yeah.
We have a comment. Greg Hinsey says,
"Oh gosh,
Reagan needs to sit on the show. That's my vote." So just keep that in mind.
He told me he was gonna do this. He called me today and he was like, I usually don't stay up for your show. I usually wait until the next day to watch it, listen to it on the way to work. But I am going to stay up for this just so I can comment. And I think I saw his comment pop up like within 5 minutes of the show being on air. So he's probably asleep now. But he just needed to comment that.
No, I think he's waiting for you to sing.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You can't keep him up. You gotta sing for him.
Good night, Dad.
Not this week.
No.
Maybe a sponsorship will roll around and might convince you.
Well, I said last week. Last week, I was like, hey, this Thursday, I have an audition for my first college solo in my choir. And I don't know if I got it. He's telling us on Thursday. But if I do get it, anybody and everybody is welcome to come.
Woohoo. How'd you feel about it?
Not the greatest. I do think I did pretty well. Like I hit all the notes. It's just like there's a lot of syncopated rhythms, which is like instead of like 1 and 2 and it's like a waltz. So it's like 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3. But it goes like how do I explain this?
My STEM brain somewhat understands this.
It goes like triplet eighths, so like 1 2 3 2 2 3 straight to triplet quarters. So like instead of 1 2 3 2 2 3, it's like 1 2 3 2 2, and like it's just really hard to like differentiate between the two in like the short span. So I was kind of struggling with that, but I don't know. I hit all the notes, so
I mean, I feel like that's pretty important.
I mean, I felt I felt pretty good about it. I sat down and the guy, it's kind of like a duet type thing. Like the girl sings for a little bit and then the guy joins in and we sing in like unison. And so the guy that was auditioning with me was like, I don't know your name and I don't want to touch your shoulder and freak you out, but you. I like turn around and he was like, you're really good. And I was like, oh, thank you. And like Audrey knows I don't know how to take a compliment.
Yeah.
So like the Vine, oh my God, just take the compliment. Like, and I was like, thank you. And like I was pitting out, like I was sweating.
So that's interesting. Did you pick him beforehand?
No.
Okay, so what happens if he messes up?
I just keep going.
Right, but does that make you look bad?
No.
Why?
It just affects everybody individually because we each have our own parts. So like we should know our own parts.
Yep.
So if somebody messes up, you should be confident enough for you yourself to keep going.
So that's not frustrating at all.
I didn't notice it.
Did he mess up?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, because I would just think like, what if you had somebody who just like, I don't know, was just being really stupid, and they slept in, like they like, I don't know, rushing in the morning. They come in, maybe I don't know, they're just off, right? And,
I mean, that's gonna.
And they bomb it. They just bomb it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna have to get used to that because what if that happens in like the professional world? Like, the judges, the people that are like looking for these soloists aren't gonna dock you for it unless you mess up too. So you kind of have to be prepared for it.
I mean, it's like, it's like swimming a race or like doing any kind of individual sport.
If somebody false starts, like
right, but that's like you're
know your
choosing
rhythm.
that lineup. You didn't get to choose who you're performing with. That's
you don't get to choose your lineup.
Okay, they picked the best though. They didn't.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know who the other team's putting up. I don't know in a club meet who's going next to me.
She's not competing against this guy.
She's not, but it's the same thing. Like people are next to you, and if someone false starts, you better not false start, or else you're getting disqualified.
I don't think it's the same.
Or if someone else takes it out really fast, and I'm trying to go with them, and it turns out that person is going out too fast, and then we're both dead. Then
I feel like you can look at it both ways, though, too. Like if he messes up and she keeps going like that, I feel like that makes her look even better because like it didn't phase her. So
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I don't know like how they grade it later on. But like when I'm thinking about like, well, if they're looking at all the performances later, and when they look at one performance and they think of a guy and a girl that just drilled it, like, oh man, they both did really well. Versus, let's say you did really well, he did okay. Like, oh, it was good, and like she definitely did better, but he did. I feel like it brings
the people that are listening for them have ears trained.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, no, that's why I'm just asking.
To be able to differentiate between the two. I actually went first.
Okay.
So, Ronnie, my professor, was like, all right, who wants to sing the solo? And like 8 girls raised their hand. And it has a B flat 5, which is above the staff, kind of high for somebody to sing.
Okay.
And there were these people that are like alto 2s. And they were like, oh yeah, I want to sing it. And I was like, dang, props to you because I do not have that kind of range.
Right. Let them have it.
And then he was like, all right, who wants to go first? And I was like, oh, heck nah, I'm not going first. And then nobody raised their hand. And I was like, all right, Looks like I'm going first.
going
And
first.
Ronnie doesn't even know my name at this point because like my class is 7 to 9:30 on Thursday nights, and this is after my entire day of classes, practice, and then I coach from 5 to 7. So then I leave. I have to leave coaching early, and when it gets to time for class, like I just want to sing and get out of there. Like
Yeah,
I want to go to bed,
I don't blame you.
and so I don't really talk much.
That's fine.
So he doesn't know my name, and I sing, and he's like, or he looks at me, and he was like, "You," and I was like, "All right, my name's Reagan, but all right." So yeah, but it was fun. It was a
Okay.
good experience. I don't know. I thought it did okay. I thought it did okay.
No, that's cool.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you killed it.
Thanks.
You should give us a snippet.
No.
Not tonight.
No.
Maybe some other time.
I don't know. Can if I get the solo, can you get a recording of it and put it on? Like we can put it on the. I
I'm about to say,
don't know
what
how
if we
that
like
works.
get like
Sorry.
Can you like if I get the solo, can somebody like record it at the thing and then put it on here?
I mean, yeah, we could.
All right. Well,
But I think it's better just live.
I don't think so.
I think he's right.
If there is a recording played though, I hate listening to myself sing. So I will be out of the room
that's fine.
when this
Right.
happens.
Well, when
Instantly.
recordings play, it only comes to the headphones, so you could literally just take the headphones off.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, dope.
That
All
makes
right.
it, that
easy.
makes it easy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have something set up.
If I get it, it's all on a possibility.
Okay, so then that's your reward. If you get it, you don't have to sing on the show, but we'll play your solo. But if
Yes.
you don't get it, then you have to sing live on the show.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Reagan, I think either way it should be my parting gift for my last show.
That's what Nicole said too.
That's her
Nicole is our
parting gift?
trainer. Nicole is our trainer, and her last day was Friday. And she was like, "Can you sing "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion?"
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
like, "No, sorry."
No.
So I don't know. Maybe
I think you got it.
it's nerve wracking, my guy.
I'll sing.
Okay.
I won't.
All right.
I was singing to Zach on the way here. He
How was it?
wasn't
Okay.
liking it.
You want to tell him?
It was that one song, the TikTok song. It's got a vibe.
Baby,
Are you coming for the ride?
So a few things. A very hard song to sing. Not that anyone
Got a
should.
vibe.
Yeah. So they perfect. And B, I also hate TikTok. So that it just like the combination of both. Like let's
I
not.
could just imagine your face like
Yeah, I was like,
getting more and more
let's not
disgusted.
ever do that again. But you can because I still love you no matter what. So it's okay.
Aw.
But
Dude, okay, so
It's cringe.
yesterday was Sunday, right? Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
After Easter service,
Yeah, happy Easter.
Oh yeah,
everybody.
happy Easter, everybody.
Woohoo.
After Easter service, me and my roommates went to like Hy-Vee breakfast,
Mhm.
and we walked in, and "Let's Hear It for the Boy" from Footloose was playing.
Yeah.
and so we all just sat down and we were like, "My baby, you don't talk to, it ain't got much to say," and the waitress comes up and she's like, and we were like, "Oh, sorry," and like you just like hear our walls are very thin, so you just like randomly hear one of us, "Let's hear it for the boy," all day long.
Why?
It was stuck in our heads.
Oh, just for the
It's a
rest of the
catchy
day.
song,
I don't
yeah.
know if it was a TikTok thing. So
No,
it's,
It's not a TikTok. Well,
No,
I
it's-
think.
It's just a good song.
okay.
I don't know. I
It
gave
is,
up.
it is a good song. So I'll
Yeah.
take that.
We have another question. Who is going to replace Audrey when she leaves?
Oh,
Wow, that is not a definite yet. We don't know. We've asked people, but we don't know currently.
has not been determined.
You still got probably 5 more Mondays left here.
4
Maybe more than that. Maybe.
depends on when you whisk me away to Greenville.
Yeah.
Because he's going to nationals during my graduation.
Yep.
Then you're coming like right after, and then we're driving away. Bye.
I bet the listeners can like infer, or if you haven't listened before, Zach Peters is Audrey's fiance.
Oh yeah, I guess that probably would have helped
Um,
with more context.
we didn't really-
That's what we
yeah.
meant by the residential commenter.
Yes.
We
because
didn't
he
really
didn't
intro
listen.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
So yeah. We were supposed to go bridesmaid dress shopping tomorrow, but
I messed up.
now it is next Saturday.
I heard.
Well, you would think that the shop would be open like weekdays, right? You know, I understand being closed on like Sunday, especially because it's Easter, but no, they're closed Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday. So I'm like, well, I messed up.
Landon, it was after practice. Landon, our coach, was like, "All right, what time you got to practice tomorrow?" And I was like, Can it end at like 1 at the latest?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then I go and check my phone and go, "Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? Why? And I was like, I was supposed to have something at 2:30, but now it's on a Saturday. And he was like, oh, all right. Well, I want to go hunting. So can we do like in the morning?
So either way, it would have worked.
So
is
it's
what
at
you're
8
telling me?
tomorrow morning. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I felt so bad because I know you rearranged practice and Rachel like canceled a sub job.
That's all right.
So basically
okay.
messed everyone up, but
It's okay.
but pretty dresses.
I like to get in sparkly dresses. That's a TikTok sound too.
Oh, of course.
I actually didn't know that one, but
No, that's good.
yeah, I had nothing there.
Yeah.
All right, Reagan, are you doing it?
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
All right. We are going to go to break on 93.7 The Ticket, and we will be right back.
Follow Reagan and Audrey on Twitter at Reagan_Hins and at ASwimCoffee. More of The Deep End is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Yo, it's the captain, Rashawn Jackson. Join me this Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Pine Lake Road from 11 to 2 for your Husker sports talk and most importantly, wings. That's Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Pine Lake, the official sponsor of the captain. Order wings ahead at wingstop.com. See you there.
Old School with DP and J.
And I learned this about the difference between the college game and the NFL. Every play is designed offensively and defensively for one guy to make a mistake, whether it's being out of your gap, forgetting the blitz, forgetting a check on offense, forgetting the snap count. In college, it might be explosive play, 15 yards, whatever you deem as explosive play. The pros,
All of them are house.
all of them are, the guy will hit his head on the goalpost.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Okay, we're joined by Yoshi Hardrick, former Nebraska offensive lineman, currently a Winnipeg Blue Bomber of the CFL, two-time champion. What was it like going from the Big 12 to the Big 10 one year to the next?
Well, my first defensive end was 280 to 300 pounds. And every team we played had two tight ends in. I was like, we're about to play some football.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to The Deep End with Reagan and Audrey on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back at 93.7 The Ticket. I was going to give Reagan a shot, but, I don't know.
Maybe next intro.
She got
Next
she got
intro.
one good try, and now she can reflect
I'll let you.
Yeah.
and think what was good, what was bad, or
Yeah. I can do it one time, and then Audrey can do it the rest of the time until she leaves.
Okay.
And then I'll take over.
I do enjoy it now that I get it. Now that I got it down. So, welcome back to The Deep End. I'm Audrey Coffey here with Reagan Hinsey and special guest Zach Peters on 93.7 The Ticket. We are streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, so you can watch us there. Or you can call us at the Honda of Lincoln hotline, which I'm not going to remember, is 402-464-5685. And you can text us at the Sartor Hammond text line, which is the same number.
402-464-5685.
Oh, Reagan remembered it.
Yeah.
I need to go there, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. So
You where? Honda?
yeah,
You need to go there?
oil light.
Oh, yeah. You should probably get
We'll
that
talk about it
fixed.
tomorrow. So
Okay.
I'll be
well-
calling that number tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Just call it right now. Oh wait. Then you call us.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. All right. Zach, you said you just came from the NCAA Men's Gymnastics Championships in Oklahoma.
Good old Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched, but I didn't have sound, so I don't really know how it all played out. So
Okay.
can we get a recap?
Of like Nebraska specifically, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to first say, like, overall, phenomenal meet.
Crazy.
I mean, like they
Yeah.
killed it. For just to put in perspective, so I was on the team this year. I had to retire due to injuries. So I was out this year. Another senior who's a sixth year, he got hurt before this meet. One of our pommel guys got hurt. Yeah, we had 6-7 people out total, which is a lot for a
Really?
team. Our team's only 21 guys with
Yeah.
me. So we had 7 guys out or 6 guys out due to injury. So literally only 15 guys could compete. So I mean, it was bad, and like most of them were like pretty good guys, or everybody were pretty good contributors. So I just want to put that out before I even start talking. But with all that being said, they crushed it day one. And I talked to both the coaches about this this weekend.
Mhm.
That was the single best performance that we've had in over 20 years.
Wow.
Now, the showing of it may not necessarily reflect that because of both sessions on the first night. We got third technically, but that's because other teams rested some guys, did some easier routines just so they could rest for day 2 finals. We did the exact same routines, pretty
Both
much the
days.
exact same lineups.
Yep.
Yeah, but still, either way, that performance itself was our best performance, talent, score, everything wise in the past 20 years.
Wow.
So
Congrats.
it was, and they went 30 for 30. They hit every single routine.
No falls?
No falls.
Oh my
They
God.
had like 2 like weird things happen. Like Charlie, he covered it really well. Like he had no deductions, but he messed up his skill, and so the start value got lowered. And then again, a few things here and there, but overall, pretty much solid, perfect, good routines, and then no falls. And then day 2,
Amazing. That like never happens, right? How rare is that?
well, see, that's the thing. It should happen. It should happen more often where you have no falls. But yes, it is very hard to do regardless.
I mean, nerves come into play.
Yes. And then day
I
2,
understand.
day 2, he's not going to mind. We only had 1 fall again, and there were still probably a little more mess ups that day, or just like nerves and people just kind of being, we're trying to win. and we had one fall. It was the last routine, and I am going to call him out only because it's very specific and why he did it. It was Sam.
Yeah.
He knew. So high bar was the last event.
Yeah.
And so he knew the exact score he needed to All-American. And at this point, we were going to get 4th place no matter what, which is the place we got, which is awesome. We got a trophy.
Yeah, that's
4th
insane.
in the country, made sick. They did a really good job. But Sam knew that he needed a 14.066 and he had All-American.
Oh, he's done that this season.
And he has, right. And that was like one of his like best routines.
Yeah.
And so he knew like he had to go, everything had to be right on, perfect, stuck dismount, everything. And so when he went for it, and that's what caused him to fall. And I really do believe that. And because he doesn't necessarily fall in that skill very often either. And so he knew he had to go for it in order to get it. And I think that was the right move. And so, and even if it wasn't, it's okay. It's one fall. And this kid was doing 5 events for us. So, I mean, he pulled his weight 100%.
He competed all around, right?
He did. Yeah. So Sam did all around. So he did all 6 events, 5 were for the team, 1 was not. But either way, like Pommel. Yeah.
Yep.
And he actually killed that for him. So that was awesome to watch. But yeah, so overall, like Sam, this year, even in this weekend, I mean, he's been probably our biggest contributor to the team, in my opinion. Either him or Taylor. So that was really awesome to watch, and Sam killed it.
Yeah.
So, but either way, yeah, they got 4th place, and we only got 2 All-Americans. And I say only because Stanford University is causing lots of problems in the gymnastics train. So
yeah.
having the fact that we even had 2 was great.
Yeah.
Because Stanford had the ability to have 5 All-Americans on every single event. And for people who don't know what All-American is in gymnastics, it's top 8 per every event, or all around at NCAA finals. And you get to put up 5 guys per event and top of an all-rounder. And Stanford has the ability to go 5 or 6 on every single event. And they did that on 2 events.
That's crazy.
So, which takes away opportunity from anybody else, pretty much.
That's
There's 2
crazy.
spots.
Like you would never see that in swimming and diving.
Never.
Like I mean, it's a little different in terms of
almost
like people
any
and
sport.
lineups, but yeah.
That's how dominant Stanford is, and why getting 4th was kind of top, like literally, like we knew like 2nd was the highest we were getting, and everyone knew that. That was not a like, man, you're being negative. No, that's just how dominant. And just to put that in perspective, they have national team members who did not compete last night. Senior national team members.
I didn't know that.
Someone who's on, like, he's being paid by USAG right now. Ian Lasik Ellis, phenomenal gymnast, phenomenal recruit coming out of high school. He made senior national team. They sent him to a World Cup event where he got a medal, and he did not compete last night or 2 nights ago.
That's insane.
Because they are that stacked that they're like, hey, you're really good. And he is very clean, but not good enough to make top 5 on any event. And there were other national team guys who did nothing or did like 1 event. Whereas any other team they went to probably were doing all around.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That reminds me, like relaying it back to swimming, the Texas men, like they
Oh
actually,
my goodness.
did
Texas or
did
Cal
Texas
won?
win?
Cal
Cal won
won.
this year, but in the past, like Texas has been super dominant. They go back and forth, and I think it was last year. You can only bring, I think maybe it's like 18 guys to NCAA's, and Texas like qualified, I think maybe 20. So they had to cut people from their NCAA team because you can't bring that many. And those people would have been All-Americans, like top 16.
And potentially top 8. Like,
yeah, potentially top 8. So
I
imagine
mean-
that. Like you can't even compete at NCAA's. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, relay, like, diving wise, I can think of maybe 1 girl and 1 guy that, like, top 8 All-American, not honorable mention, top 8 All-American on all 3 boards. I can think of 1 girl and I can think of 1 guy. And they both won Tower, which is ironic. But, like, to think that there's a team that can do top 5 on every.
Oh, yeah, it's disgusting.
Like, imagine, like, the top 5. Imagine watching an entire finals of Texas girls or of Indiana girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, on rings and vault, of the 8 guys who All-American, 5 were from Stanford on each event. Pommel horse, they had 3 or 4. Floor, they had 4. P-bars, they only had 3. High bar, they only had, I think, 3 again. All around, they only had 1. Only had 1 all-rounder that night.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, it's insane. And so, again, I'm very proud of the guys, and they know that they did a great job. And the 2 All-Americans in 4th place goes a lot further than what just those accomplishments. With the injuries and everything, but also just because of how dominant Stanford is and what they're putting up on top of all the other teams that were there.
I mean, I was watching and I don't like high bar was absolutely insane. Like there was stick after stick after stick. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
so
But I
fun.
think the coolest part was just like watching the seniors that like they knew this was their last event. And like you could see the emotion on their faces.
Oh yeah.
Like as when they were done, I can Evan and Charlie, like Evan after Pommel, like you could see like
that was the last
so proud of
routines.
it. He was so proud of it.
Well, I
And
guess that was Evan's last routine,
Yeah. And I saw like what was Charlie's vault.
Yeah.
He was so happy with that. And
Yeah.
like you could just tell like it was just like raw emotion, and I think that was like the coolest part of it all.
Oh yeah.
So cool to see.
That was a very fun weekend.
That was like us the last day of Big Tens.
Yeah.
Everyone was crying, me included.
You know exactly when it's going to be done, and
It's just
everyone else does too.
Yeah,
so
gotta go out with a bang.
It really hits you.
Oh yeah.
It was an emotional day. It was a good day, but it was an emotional day. So
so-
I can imagine what they were feeling.
So going off of that, I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
Did you know that it was your last event ever? All right. So pretend it was, because Audrey, you knew this was your last event. How do you not put so much pressure on yourself? Because I feel like if I knew that, let's say zones my senior year was my last meet ever, like I'd have so much pressure on myself to be like, oh my gosh, I have to go out with a bang. I have to do good. So like what goes through your head to make sure that you're just like, oh, I need to trust my training. Like I understand that like it might not work out the way that I want it to, but like in the end, like it has been a positive experience.
Yeah, I guess
You go first, and I'll talk.
Zach can kind of back me up on this, but my my last event was not a good race for me. I'm gonna be honest. You know, I added about I think 30 seconds. Like it was not the best.
30
race
seconds
for
off
me.
your best time.
Yes.
Just
not my
Okay,
season best,
okay.
but-
It's the time intervals off your best time are different. Like if you add like half a second in the 50, like that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
But if you add 30 seconds in the mile, that's not
To your
necessarily
best time
it's not,
ever.
It's not necessarily a lot of time.
Which
It's not
and
as
you were still
bad.
the highest placer on our team, on their team.
Okay.
I just want to clarify.
I'm not.
Man, you got a hype man over here.
I guess, you know, I'll keep him around, but it was not the race I wanted. Okay.
Yes.
It was not the race I wanted.
That is fair.
And honestly, I don't know if I really did a good job of managing the pressure with that. I think it was it was kind of surreal, I guess. The only thing I can say is that I really focused on like, oh, this could be my last race ever. Like going through the warm up, like experiencing all of those, like getting ready for the race or getting ready for the event for the last time was really cool. I was like, because I didn't know, I had the chance of making NCAAs. I ended up not qualifying, but during the warm up, I'm like, oh, this could potentially be the last time I do these pace 50s.
You still have to treat it like it,
Yeah, exactly.
just in case.
It was really cool, and I was swimming and, you know, looking up at the scoreboard, like warming up, you know, still doing a good job and preparing, but kind of just soaking in that feeling of, you know, there's the getting yourself ready for the race. Like that part's fun. You know, it's
Yeah.
nerve-wracking, but it's fun. It's like I'm about to go do something big and important, and I got massaged by Amy for the last time, and I love Amy, and you know, she always hyped me up before my races. So yeah, I think just soaking in like the moments before, because you know you are probably not going to compete like that on a stage
Yeah.
like that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I don't know, maybe you unretire. But
Follow-up question.
yes.
How do you not let your emotions get the best of you before you're done competing? Because I feel like if I were in that situation, like Tower's always the last day for girls. So I'd be doing my warm-up for Tower and be like, this is my last event ever. Like, how did you compose yourself?
I think I used to get very emotional about my swimming. It used to be everything that defined me. You know, in club and high school, I would obsess over it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've touched on this before, but I think once I got to college, I realized that that's not what defines me. I said, you know, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try and kill everyone, because I had this crappy end of my high school career. So I was fired up, but ultimately I'm like, you know,
You're Audrey, the person that loves to swim, not Audrey, the swimmer.
exactly. It's not worth getting worked up about. So, I mean, I would still get like kind of nervous, and kind of, I could feel myself being like in an excited state, like to swim and like ready for it. But it wasn't like up here mentally. I wasn't like, oh, I have to do well or else, you know, this is it. Like I have to do great at this event, like this last event, or this is it. Like it would be nice. It would have been nice, But I knew during the race, I was like, this is just not going to be it. So even during the race, which maybe not what I should have been thinking, but I was like,
you weren't thinking about industry, baby?
I was a little bit. Yeah, it's like, okay, this is the last time I compete, because I could tell during the race. It's a long race. You figure out if it's going badly or not when you're in it. So,
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Zach
So,
Peters.
so to talk to a fellow, I'm sorry, but more pressure situation sport. So
that's mean.
Oh my gosh.
But
sorry, before we start,
okay.
I was talking to Sarah about this. Me and Sarah are the only 2 divers at the moment. So I was talking to Sarah about this, and I was like, I would love the environment to be like a men's gym meet where it's just absolutely crazy. Instead of Reagan 305C, beep, silence. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it is for you, but like it feels like when it's complete silence, like I'm alone with my thoughts, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you can mess everything up here,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like if your teammates are cheering you on as you're like running down the vault, or you're just like,
I think it could be interesting.
I don't know.
Now, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no,
Sidetracked.
it's a thought. So yeah, I think the other side. So I did not know, obviously. And
Yes.
I'll have 2 tangents. One, yeah, my last ever, routine, college or anything, I fell. Like, again, I did not know that was gonna be it. So speaking on that though, like, I don't think about it that much, and maybe I have a different mindset because I'm a very positive person.
Mhm.
But even if you have the best routine of your life, or you're All-American, or even you're a national champion, versus that does not define your entire career. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
You could be the best. I mean, let's just say Kayla Ledecky, like next Olympic Games, she doesn't win any medals. Will that suck? Sure, because she's a phenomenal athlete and she's done so much. But yeah, that's what I'd say. Like when she retires, it's not like they're not just gonna forget about all the medals and everything she's done before that. It's an entire career. There's that aspect. But I think with like, again, I'm gonna stick with our sports, maybe other different pressure sports, but I think because of what you're about to do, it just hypes you up that much more. Because you can maybe have like a decent dive, be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But you might as well go out with a bang, and you might as well go for it. And if it doesn't end up well, and if you end up messing up, it's like, I tried.
Yeah, you tried your
Versus
hardest.
like, let's say you get like 6s, which is decent.
Yeah.
Okay. It's nothing to, it's neither, right?
Yeah.
It's lukewarm.
Yeah.
Versus you go for that dive that's going to get you like 8s or higher, 9s. And
Yeah. It's like, okay, if you're in finals at an event,
Yep.
you can change your dive on the board.
Yeah.
So let's say like Steele Johnson did this
Okay.
his senior year of college to win on 3 meter, I think. And his last dive was, I don't know if it was his last dive, but one of his dives was front 3.5 pike.
Yeah.
And he needed 9s on a front 4.5 to win. And so on the board, he raised his hand and he was like, I'd like to change my dive to 109C, which is front 4.5 tuck.
Oh.
And he got
So
9s
many
and 9s and a halves.
Yep. And he got it.
So it's just like,
No, it's very, I mean,
might as well
yes.
show people what you can do.
It goes back to Sam. He has 2 more years. He's going to take his COVID year too. Hopefully he's fine with me saying that too. I'm just calling out Sam a ton. That's a good thing. But like, he knew that like that 14 was going to be hard to get.
Yeah.
And so he went for it. If
Yeah.
he didn't go for it, he wasn't getting that score.
So if
Because-
he didn't do, what is it, the 3 releases in a row?
Yes.
If
And
he
so-
didn't do that, he couldn't get a 14.
Well, because he knew he had to set it up well enough. He could have caught that, but he knew that he had a really good breakout tap in order to connect it with the next one.
Mhm.
And so that's why it was really close. So again, yes, go out there and do your best. And that's all people can ask of you. So
Awesome. I love how you both talked about how like one moment Zach talked about how one moment doesn't define your career, but Audrey talked about how the sport doesn't define you as a person.
yeah, neither. They're both true.
It doesn't.
All right.
Much more life.
All right. With that, we are going to throw it to break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Reagan and Audrey on Twitter at Reagan_Higgs and at ASwimCoffee. More of the Deep End is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9. with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Junior, hurry it up in there. Honey, he's doing it again.
Doing what again?
Practicing for American Idol in the shower. I need in there.
Well, MemberZone is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We could use the value of the house to
Add a second bathroom? Say no more.
From adding another shower to all of life's in-betweens, you're headed in the right direction with a MemberZone home equity line of credit. Learn more at memberzonecu.org. Restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
And we're joined by Yoshi Hardrick, former Nebraska offensive lineman, currently a Winnipeg Blue Bomber of the CFL, two-time champion. What was it like going from the Big 12 to the Big 10 1 year to the next?
Well, my first defensive end was 280 to 300 pounds. And every team we played had two tight ends in. Yeah. I was like, we're about to play some football.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
You're listening to The Deep End with Reagan and Audrey on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to The Deep End on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Reagan Hinsey with Audrey Coffey and special guest Zach Peters. If you would like to call or text in, you can use the Honda of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685. And we are live streaming if you want to see our beautiful faces on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Woohoo!
2 in a row.
Not in a row,
Well,
but 2 in one
two in a
show.
Close enough, right?
Great math skills.
I know.
Okay. So last episode, there was a question saying, would you ever do your sport? Like, would you ever come back? And it wasn't necessarily like professionally, but would you ever want to like just jump around at like an open gym again?
Define jump around.
Flip around. I don't know. Like, I feel like I said, let's see how my joints feel in a couple years.
Yeah.
But I'd always love to go do like backflips like on a trampoline, not just like an open gym or something.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, my back and ankle are still healing. I'm very much so in a very good place. Like I can play pickleball, I can play spike ball, I can do a lot of fun things, but like overall, like still got to heal. So the sport itself, I mean, really just no. I tried doing a little bit when I came back for the guys' senior night, and yeah, next day it did not go well. And that was like on a really nice floor because we were out in the Devaney with the red floor, so it was super springy, and I barely did anything, and it was still enough to be like, yeah, this is not good. But I mean, other events like you could play around on, but obviously I focused more on floor vault and rings, before I retired because my body was breaking down.
Yeah.
And those events, I mean, every event does hurt, but I mean, at least like those events are really hard to just like go have fun and do. But so on that end, no. If there was something like on high bar doing giants, that's something you always go back and do. As long as you stretch your shoulders properly, you can just go do that. That'd be fun to do. And when I have my own gym, I can go whenever I want. So
what are giants?
So high bar, horizontal bars, the big steel pipe, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's just when you go around, just giants.
In a giant circle.
Yeah, that's it. So very basic, but very fun.
I like how he thinks that's basic. Like,
it
like
is.
people can do that.
Okay, well then you talk about butterfly. Like it's not the hardest thing in the world, and I look like a flopping fish.
There you go.
When I try it. So
Just gotta get used to it. It's just the same. Zach makes fun of me for this all the time. It's just the same motions over and over.
That is true.
Yeah, he's like, you just do the same thing over and over.
Okay, but what if you're doing the same thing wrong over and over and over the entire time?
Sucks.
Then you just are bad at it. But all that being said, the one thing I will always do is tramp.
Yes.
Now there are some things I can't do. Like I can't bounce on my stomach anymore because my back, because it's just too much pressure. Like when you land, your back goes like this a little bit. It's enough for my back to be in pain. But besides doing anything that lands on my stomach, oh yeah, like doing sticks, like where you go off into a mat and try and stick it, or just on the tramp, that I can probably do for a very long time, and that I'll continue to do. But besides that,
I walked in there with him, and it was during their senior night. It was after the men's meet, and he's just like in jeans and like dress shoes, and he's just like jumping around the tramp. And how high in the air were you getting? You were getting like
close to 20 feet. At least, yeah.
Like 20 feet in the air, like easy. He's like, oh, this is nothing. I'm like, how are you up there right now in
it's so fun.
Dress shoes?
It's
I'm like,
so fun.
I also did a lot of tramp work in club compared to most people. My coach, he focused on it a lot for air awareness and for floor and vault. So, I mean, there was that aspect, and I also loved it. But so, I mean, I don't know. I've spent more time on that than some of the events. So,
I just have one more question.
Yeah.
So everybody knows, or everybody has heard how taxing gymnastics is on the body.
Yep.
How different is it, like actually living through it, than what people say it is? Does that make sense?
Like for me personally, or for overall sport?
Either or, whichever you feel more comfortable answering.
I think it really depends on what your goals are. Because I think if you're just trying to go to college and do gymnastics, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, being any type of NCAA athlete is a very big thing. And if that's how you stop your career, props to you. All three of us are probably doing that. So, which is fine. And I feel like with the type of training we do, like it's just not. I don't know, if you love it, then you should be able to fight through it. But
Well, I know gymnastics, like we had a 43-year-old woman compete tower at Olympic trials. Gymnastics, you cannot do that.
no, so literally there's a woman she's actually competed for a few countries. I forget the last country she competed for. But she was. Do you remember? Watching her?
Is it
I think I heard of
probably
the
heard-
Russian lady?
Yeah.
I mean, she was like.
She was in like 6 Olympics or something.
Yeah, I think it was 7 or 8. I think
Oh
she
my
just did her 7th.
goodness.
She might be doing an 8th. That's beyond the books. But she only did vault. She used to do all around, but she's only been doing vault for the past 16 years. So sometimes you'll see people go past the age of 30 if they only do one event.
Okay.
They'll focus on one event, probably one they're comfortable with, one they probably don't have as much pain in, and they just train that.
Okay.
So you're talking maybe hour and a half a day, if that. And that way, and it's pain management. And that way you don't have the increase of injury. So, I mean, again, I think the sport is pretty bad. I mean, it really is. I think people could be tougher and with little injuries and suck it up a little bit. But overall, like, because in our sport, there's two possibilities. You can have freak accidents like an NCAA championship. Some guy literally, it wasn't even a bad skill. He just landed a little bit off towards Achilles. Done. Right.
Oh my goodness.
That's just like and I talked to his coach after. He was completely healthy. He was fine. But it was too much.
Yeah.
And you also have injuries of just over time, things just start to tear. You may not even feel it, like shoulders, like whatever. So I think because you have both of those are so prominent in our sport, it makes it that hard. But yeah, it's a balance.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
With that, we are going to end the show here. I'm Reagan Hinsey with Audrey Coffey and Zach Peters
Thanks for
on the
having me.
Deep End on 93.7 The Ticket, and we will see you next week.